the tea bag parties. Let's get it started. There's a lot of clips. Everybody's having fun. But speaking of journalism, and this is a good lead-in because Susan, I guess Rosgan of CNN, a report I have not seen before. Interesting bit of journalism at the tea parties for CNN. Let's check it out.
And if you look at some of the signs, Kira, let me introduce you to this guy. Would you come over here with me, please? You know, what is this supposed to mean? What do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, he's a fascist. The pirates...
Wait, why do you say he's a fascist? He's the president of the United States.
He's a fascist.
Do you realize how offensive that is?
I think he's a fascist.
Why?
Because he is.
In what way can you say that?
Because the real pirates are in the White House, in the Senate, and in the Congress. We need one-term limits for all these elected politicians.
Why be so hard on the president of the United States, though, with such an offensive message?
Because he is. He's a fascist.
Okay. All right. So, we've got a fascist. All right. Let's see. Drop the taxes. Drop socialism. Okay. Let's see. You're here with your 2-year-old, and you're already in debt. Why are you here today, sir?
Because I hear a president say that he believed in what Lincoln stood for. Lincoln's primary thing was he believed that people had the right to liberty. And they had the right...
Sir, what does this have to do with taxes? What does this have to do with your taxes? Do you realize that you're eligible for a $400 credit?
Finish my point. Lincoln believed that people had the right to share in the fruits of their own labor and that government should not take it. And we have clearly gotten to that point.
Wait. Did you know that the state of Lincoln gets $50 billion out of these stimulus? That's $50 billion for this state, sir.
Ma'am, can you stop this, sir? Hold on.
Okay, well, Kira, we'll move on over here. I think you get the general tenor of this. It's anti-government, anti-CNN, since this is highly promoted by the right-wing conservative network, Fox. And since I can't really hear much more, and I think this is not really family viewing, toss it back to you, Kira.
Oh, whoa, hey, I love that dig on Fox. It's not family viewing, well, that's a bit much, right? But she was a little bit under siege there. You know, I wish she'd let the guy finish the Lincoln point. And he eventually did, but just because it's fun to hear their ranting and raving. Like the other guy. So why is he a fascist? Because he is. Yeah, all right, that's okay, but why? Because he is. Oh, I see. Thank you for elucidating that. Very well put. Now I get it. Almost every one of these people is getting a significant tax cut under Obama. 95% of Americans are getting a tax cut. In fact, the administration claims that it is the largest tax cut in terms of the number of people that it reaches. Okay? So why are these folks out here so angry if they're paying less taxes than they did last year? It's because they have misdirected anger. That's a great phrase that I picked up from Matt Taibbi. He had a blog on this. And he says that it's the return of the peasant class. And let me give you a quote of this, which I thought was excellent. Quote, "A good peasant is loyal, simple-minded, and full of misdirected anger." And he says the rich have been doing this for a long, long time, where they get people riled up because they're already riled up because they've been getting screwed by the rich, and they take that anger and they misdirect it somewhere else. Oh, an outside enemy is going to attack us. Or, oh, look at that cross, and be, oh, cross, okay, we're going to be all right. Or we get angry at another religion, or race, or nationality, or nation state. And they misdirect their anger. And that is exactly what's happening with the Tea Parties. These guys, they're out there protesting to make sure that the rich, not them, because they're getting a tax cut, to make sure that the rich don't pay a little more taxes. When the reason for the economic downturn is because some of the richest people in America, in the financial industry, absolutely screwed us. So these clowns, they're angry. They're like, oh, the economy's bad, the jobs are down, so make sure you cut taxes for Merrill Lynch and Goldman Sachs. How does that make any sense? It doesn't. And it's the genius of these teabag parties. I mean, I know we made so much fun of them, and so many people have, so it doesn't quite seem like genius, right? But at the same time, they've at least gotten these people in the right wing up in a frenzy. And they don't really know what they're in a frenzy over. Their taxes are lower, and the people that created the mess are the ones that are funding the parties. Through Newt Gingrich's group and Dick Armey's group and about 3 or 4 other right-wing groups, they're funding all of these teabag parties, and they started this concept a long time ago, before Obama even got into office. They knew that they were going to do this, you know, fake grassroots AstroTurf thing, and then it becomes real because Fox News promotes it so much. I don't think that those people are fake. I don't think they're being paid by Goldman Sachs or Merrill Lynch to get out there and do this stuff, but they don't know what to do with their anger. And Fox News is saying, okay, get angry at the people trying to tax the really rich that got us into this mess. And they're like, okay, yes, protect the rich, protect the rich. And then I wonder if at any point they're like, what? What am I saying? They're all getting tax cuts. It doesn't make any sense. Unless there are people in the crowd in those rallies who are making over $250,000. In which case, by the way, oh, wow, the tax increase. It comes back to the point that Bill Clinton had it at, when the economy was roaring. Wow. Ooh. It comes back to the point that it's on average 10% less taxes for the highest income bracket than when Reagan was in charge. That's socialism? That's communism? That's Marxism? That's fascism? Oh, come on, man. I mean, you people at those rallies, you got to understand, they're using you.